What is up, Rage Nation? Of course, we are back with another interview, giving you a behind-the-scenes look of what it takes to get a radio interview. Joining me today is Mikey V from the band Chains Over Razors. What's up, friend?
What's up, man? Cheers, everybody. Salute.
Appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, man. All right, before we get into the radio interview side of it, today's video is brought to you by, as you can see in the crawl, or you can check it out in the description, our Diamond CBD affiliate link. If you've had a long night at a Chains Over Razor show and you got beat up in the pit and you're a little sore the next day, you might need some CBD to help you out with that inflammation. tinyurl.com/Diamond CBD MO. And when you hit that link, any purchase, we get a small commission. It helps us keep broadcasting and doing our mission, which is to give a global platform for independent and unsigned bands. So tinyurl.com/Diamond CBD MO. They got tons of stuff like chocolate. They got vapes. They got real flour. They got capsules. They even got stuff for your pets. Go check it out. 50 to 80% off CBD products with our affiliate link right there. All right.
I may need some of that after a COR show.
Yeah, right. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. We are honored to have Mikey V from the band Chains Over Razors here with us, a band that is climbing up the SMR rock charts. Mikey V, what's up?
What's cracking? Indie Rage.
Man, we are ready and we are willing to have an amazing show today. But before we get going, we like to play a game right off the bat because the Rage Nation, they want to know you a little bit better. So we're going to play Smash or Pass.
Okay.
So essentially, I'm going to give you something. If you like it, you smash it. If you don't like it, you pass it. Here we go. Being from Chicago, the first two are about Chicago. I guess there's more, but these specifically. Number 1, smash or pass? Geno's East.
Smash.
Most definitely. I went up for a conference one time, flew into O'Hare, and then I got shuttled out to Barrington, and they have a Geno's East over there. And I tell you what, Chicago-style deep dish blew my freaking mind.
Yeah, that butter crust, the extra mozzarella on there, the sauce.
Man, and it was so much better the second day, too. Like, we didn't even refrigerate it or anything. We just left it on the counter at the hotel. We ate it a little bit for breakfast, still had a few pieces left. We put a note on it for the, I don't know if they ate it or not. I probably would.
I always say that's the test of a quality pizza is the next day. If you can eat it cold or reheat it in the oven and it tastes just like how you got it out of their oven,
yes,
that's quality right there. And there's only a few pizza places that can really do that. There's another one if you get a chance. I would say it's more northeast from where you were at, but it's called Pequod's.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, they have a caramelized crust.
Oh,
and you get extra sauce, get the pepperoni, get it well done because they'll baconize the pepperoni. But the way the sauce soaks into, it's a very airy, light dough, but it looks dense. And then you throw it in the oven the next day, and it's just as good. Very rare to find a pizza that good.
You're going to have me leaking all over this mic. I'm salivating over here. So what is your favorite pizza joint in Chicago?
Oh, God. That's like asking, do you like blondes or brunettes? I mean, that's tough. Because, I mean, there's different styles. You have the deep dish, and then you have, like, your tavern style, which are, like, the cracker thin, which are square cut, but loaded on the topping. So you can destroy that pizza a little bit more than a deep dish. But Geno's East is definitely up there, and Pequod's, I would say, are my top two, for sure. Awesome. Outside of trying to get, like, the Neapolitan style, which is tough to find a good brick oven around here. There's a few places that hit it right, that give you that New York style. But mainly around here, it's the deep dish is the Chicago thing. And I think, I mean, do you watch Barstool Sports at all
Yeah.
with Dave Portnoy, and he has the pizza review?
Yeah. Most definitely.
I think he rated Gino's East as the top. Yeah, I think so, as the top over Lou Malnati's, even though there's like a back history with that, which I like Lou Malnati's. They have like a wine sauce and
Yeah.
a nice butter crust too. Man, now I'm getting hungry.
I wrote this down right here because I thought this was interesting. Gino's East was started by 2 cab drivers in 1966.
Wow. I mean, what a decision, and it paid off.
They're like, hey, we're tired of driving these stinking cabs around. Let's go sling some pie.
You know, think of how many pizzas they must have tried, you know,
Exactly.
cabbing it around and hey, let's make our own recipe over here. You know, most of it's family owned.
We got him.
There he is. Made it. We're
How you
playing a
guys
game
doing?
called Smash or Pass, Will.
Smash or pass?
Yeah.
What do you
So
got?
he asked me Gino's East Pizza, Smash or Pass.
Gino's East?
Yeah.
I'd probably pass.
Oh, no.
Dun, dun, dun.
What's your favorite
So
pizza
many-
joint in
I live in-
Chicago?
What do I eat?
Yeah, what's your favorite?
Well, there's a lot. I'd have to say right now, we're living in New Lenox, probably Pizza Mia.
There you go. All right. Smash or pass, number 2. We're still staying with Chicago. Chicago-style hot dogs.
Smash or pass them?
Yeah.
Smash. Smash.
Depends on
Always
where you
smash.
go. Depends on where you go. It's a smash. If you have ketchup on it, someone should slap you.
Oh, no.
Well, they got a
Take ketchup
tomato
and
on
throw
it.
it all
Isn't it
away.
close enough?
You know, it's different. It's not, you know, ketchup paste or anything like that. You got to get all the trimmings. You got to throw it through the garden, and mustard, a little bit of celery salt. That's it right there. That's the
Nice.
deal.
Now, is Portillo's the place to go?
That would be like the tourist option. There is a place. Okay, so there's
Nicky's?
the other famous one is Gene and Jude's. They're more like Red Hots. They're skinnier than like the fatter jumbo Chicago. But if you want the big jumbo Chicago, you'll probably end up going to like Super Dog, which is in the northeast side again.
What about the Polish sausage place? Maxwell Street.
Maxwell Street's a classic too. If you're gonna go Polish, good char dog,
Yep.
Yeah, I love me a good
Absolutely.
Polish.
caramelized onions,
Mm,
so good.
God. All right, let's see. Up next, smash or pass? Pop punk.
What?
Punk.
Pop punk.
Pop punk? Well,
Hmm.
I mean, I had a time in my life where I did. You know, it started off with like Green Day, Kerplunk, and then went on to probably, man, there's just too many to really think of. Yeah, I would probably smash. Why not?
Yeah, I would smash. Some 41 still rocks, and
There you go.
they could pull one hell of a Metallica Master of Puppet set.
I
There
still
you go.
If
miss
you
the drummer.
YouTube it, they play it pretty
drummer-
accurately.
The drummer was the funny one.
All right, smash or pass? Winter.
Pass,
Ass.
definitely.
Earlier this year, how'd the polar vortex treat you guys? Did you guys get dumped on?
You know, we got lucky this year. The snow was very light. Usually, I mean, there's some years where it's every week, you know, 6, 8 inches of snow, and you're hitting record snowfalls. But this year and last year was pretty light, so we got pretty lucky about it. But I mean, winters here, they feel like 8 months, and then you have 3 months of summer, and then switches right. There's no in between. There's no fall and there's no spring anymore. I mean, right now we're in the 60s or the 50s, and then probably in 3 weeks we'll go straight to 90.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of like for us down here. We're like the total opposite. It's almost all summer and then kind of fall, if you want to call it that. I mean, we're still sweating at Christmas time around here.
Yeah. It's been like that a few times where it's in the 70s during Thanksgiving. You're like, okay, this is different. You know,
Where are you from, Mike?
Lake Charles, Louisiana,
Oh, there you go.
right down by the coast.
Nice.
oh yeah, he's right there by the coast.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Smash or pass? Vinyl records.
Smash.
Vinyl records,
Vinyl records.
smash for
What's the-
sure.
What's your favorite album that you own?
I've been building up my extensive, which is not extensive yet, but it's up there. We got at least 40 to 50.
Nice.
Oh my god, I'm brain farting on the vinyl. I believe it's a Caius record that I bought. Yeah,
My favorite
but now
right
I
now
haven't
is
listened
Guardians
to
of
it
the
because
Galaxy.
I don't want to ruin it. Because I have.
Yeah, I was telling a band a while back, like, you know,
yeah.
I went for the cheap Amazon player at the very beginning, and I got that Nirvana exclusive from Walmart, and I totally scratched it up, and I was like raging in my room. I was so mad.
Yeah, we had this thing we got from like a little store around here, and it's like a multi thing. So it has CD, cassette, Bluetooth, and then it hit. But the thing is, it's made for like those small little guys. It's not made for the.
Hmm.
So like it bends, and all of a sudden it's like it's terrible, terrible.
I'm not sure. I mean, I've heard that they've made a vinyl player that uses laser to read the grooves instead of a needle.
Oh, wow.
Is that actually true? I heard it's expensive, but that's pretty cool if you want
Most
to
of my friends
preserve
are broke.
the vinyl.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, most of my friends are broke. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Send me
I
a wicked
imagine it's
BTS card.
probably really expensive, right?
yeah,
Oh, I'd
most
imagine
likely.
so.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, vinyl, anything analog, I mean, reel to reel, just there's a sonic difference compared to CD. I mean, CD is eventually digital is getting to a point where the spectrum from what the human ear could hear, 20,000 hertz, and how it captures is getting pretty close. But still, the amount of frequency range from positive and negative on vinyl or analog still surpasses CD. And there's a warmth to it. Might be a little bit noisier, but definitely sounds better. I mean, any band who's recorded on 2-inch tape machine in a recording studio and then gets the chance to listen to it in front of studio monitors, and then they listen to it when it gets to a CD, it's like, not as big as it sounded in the studio. But that's the price you pay with zeros and ones. You know, it's like as Michio Kaku says, it's like a camera snapshotting 44.1 time per frequency range. So you can lose a lot of information.
I tell you what, I don't think anybody thought they were going to get a science lesson today, but Mikey, thank you very much. That was awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks
I'm an
nerd.
audio guy, you know.
That was legit.
Yeah, I can get pretty nerdy on it.
All right, and the finale of Smash or Pass, mullets.
Pass.
Mullets?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't, but they're just kind of a thing now, so whatever.
Are they back?
Look, I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Both my stepson and my stepdaughter's boyfriend have them. So
Yeah, it's big with the kids.
No kidding.
I tell you what, you got the Windy City right there. When you catch a mullet just ripping in the wind, it's a beautiful thing, dude.
as long as you got those awesome, like, what are those snake glasses called?
Oh, the pit
Can't
vipers.
think what they're called. Yeah, there they are. Gotta have those.
I just think of Joe Dirt.
Yes, exactly. All right, so that's Smash or Pass. Congratulations,
Nice.
guys. You did awesome. So the first song we're going to play for you guys is a song that is ripping up the SMR rock chart. It is Goodbye to Sovereignty. Tell us what this song's about.
Go for it, Will.
Well, it's about not putting it into actual. Let's try to be a little vague with it. It's about not letting someone who is higher up tell you how to live your life,
There you go.
or preach and kind of take you down a peg because you are lower than them. But you know what? It's just, yeah, quotations and all that. Just taking away that kind of voice.
There you go. This is Chains Over Razors with their song Goodbye to Sovereignty on Indie Rage Radio. All right, very good. Segment 2, we're going to kind of talk about, the origins of your band, stuff like that.
All
right,
It's
here
going to
we
be
go.
long.
Segment 2.
You don't have you can be short-winded. You don't have to go into well, I was born and
Yeah. Give us a clip.
I was born in a ditch off of I-90.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. We are back. We got Mikey, we got Will with us. They are from the Chicago hard rock band Chains Over Razors. Where can the Rage Nation find you guys on the internet?
We're definitely all over the interwebs. Facebook. We have Instagram. You can look us up on YouTube. What else are we on? Twitter. It's just.
TikTok?
I'm sorry.
Are we on TikTok?
TikTok? Oh, aren't they getting banned?
Oh no!
Isn't the U.S. government banning them?
They're trying to. At least government employees.
Yeah, I think it's on
I don't pay attention.
Biden's desk for signing. Pretty much every social media platform but TikTok. I mean, we haven't jumped on TikTok. Just the amount of time it takes to even spend on any of the other platforms we're on. I mean, it's a full-time job as it is. So that's where you're going to get the most information from us, or on those platforms. And reach out to us. We'll answer you. Definitely. So it's actually us on there.
The twins are on Plenty of Fish. So
yeah.
Yes. I'm surprised that website's still around. That's been around forever.
Like MySpace, right?
Right.
I think they're on that country one too. Farmers.com.
Farmersonly.com. Yeah.
Farmers Only.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Google Chains Over Razors band. Find this band. Go get some merch. Go stream their music. Help support this band. Speaking of the band, man, I tell you what, this is a savage band name. Chains Over Razors. Yeah. Look, I'm a big wrestling fan, so it kind of reminds me of a good old Chicago land street fight.
Nice.
What's the origin of the name?
So it's interesting that you said what you said. Everybody's had their interpretation of the name. And the original, where it came from, started out in a Pantera lyric line, which I think it was suspended by chains over razors and nails or something like that. And it's like, wow, that's chains over razor. That's pretty cool. But obviously, you want the name to take its own shape over time. So, we've had a ton of band names that we were sitting on for like 5 or 6 months. And as time goes, it would kind of bring you back. You might see Dirty Chains in some alley, and you're like, oh, Chains Over Razors. And it was kind of always pulling us back in some way, and then in time it started developing its own meaning to us, and where we made the final decision like this feels right was when we were watching a show called Taboo. I think it was on National Geographic, and it had to do like cultures around the world. And the interesting thing was it had to do like body suspension, where in some other countries it's, well, here it would be taboo, others may not. Or scarring. Are you familiar with scarring at all? Instead of tattoo, they take a scalpel and they're like literally grafting your skin in a design. And a lot of tribes in other countries did that. So, 6 months down the line, we were watching this program. It's like, there it is again, chains over razors, and it just felt right. And to us, we're also big time horror movie fanatics. So it just seemed horror-esque to us. It also had that street fight vibe. And it started just taking on the name of its own for us. So we're like, that's it. So that's kind of like the long story short of the development of picking that name. Well, there was some other names, but
did y'all see when Chris Angel was suspended underneath that helicopter and he flew around the Grand Canyon or wherever?
Yeah.
That was insane.
Underneath the helicopter.
Yeah. Just had like a whole bunch of hooks in them. The guy's a beast.
There you go. Hanging by chains.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
The way I took it, because I started on or in the band after that fact that they had the name, and the way I took it in, because I think I deserve my own little, just the way I feel about it, which was probably I'd rather live in chains than die by a razor.
Yeah.
Life's too abundant to quit to me.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was deep.
Yeah. I mean, again, why that name is so interesting because it just branches off on its own, and we've heard so many different interpretations of it. But yours was interesting because you mentioned street fight, and it's like, yeah, exactly. Do you want a razor or do you want to whip somebody with a chain? It's like, I'll opt for the chain. I got a longer reach.
Yeah, like I don't know if you guys watch wrestling, but there's a kind of a new promotion around called AEW, and they're really big into doing like the big grandiose like gimmick matches, and they're into getting color and people bleeding and stuff like that. So when I saw your name, that was the first thing I thought about. Next is the chains over razors match, and they would have chains and razors suspended on the cage, and you'd have to get the chains and the razors. Be like a first blood match.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Road Rash. You remember Road Rash?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And you were talking about earlier about that arcade that's in Chicago, and it's got that big retro feel to it. I was telling somebody here at work the other day, I want to start a place around here where it's like it's VHS tapes, it's old Nintendo NES and Super NES and Sega Genesis, and you come in and you rent the VCR and you rent the game set stations, and you just go home and have like a nostalgia night with the family. I think that'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
I do that at home almost every night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that was the best part of the VHS days, or even beta back in the day. I mean, the start of the movie rental business. I mean, I would go to Blockbuster as a kid and try to rent as many games or systems and try it out. That was awesome. And, I had nothing else to do. That was it. Outside of trying to stay out of jail. But,
And there was
just a video. Yeah, there was just a video of a bunch of kids, and their dad gave them a VHS tape. And he's like, all right, put this in and, watch a movie. They're like, oh, what's going on? Why is it showing these two back arrows like it's rewinding? Rewinding was a thing. Wow.
Yeah, I remember the first time we rented a DVD. My mom asked my dad, how do we rewind this thing to bring it back? We're like, Mom, no.
Laser disc.
Yes. All right. So the next song we're going to play from you guys is Megalomaniac. Tell us a little bit about this track.
This one is about, and everyone probably knows one, a person that only thinks about themselves, never about anyone else, and only wants to better themselves and push everyone down around them.
Here it is. It's Megalomaniac on Indie Rage Radio. All right. Very cool. Segment 3. We're going to talk a little bit about Chicago. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. We are back. Hour number 2 kicks off. We got Mikey. We got Will with us. They are from the band Chains Over Razors. Find them on the Google. Put in Chains Over Razors bands. Go stream their music. Go like them on all the social medias. Go buy their merch. Help support this band. And they're also on the SMR rock radio chart right now with their single Goodbye to Sovereignty. Go check that out. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Chicago. How's the independent local rock scene over in the Windy City?
Different. I would say the scene is dominated more by tribute bands and cover bands lately. So there aren't as many original bands as there used to be from when I remember being a teenager and trying to get out there and play as much as possible, and whatever bar may let you in to do a show and then kick you out because you weren't 21. And at that time, I mean, there was a lot of original bands, and you could just walk up and down the street, whether it's by Wrigley Field and jump in and out of every rock club, and it was just always happening. Then it kind of just, in a few years, just disappeared. Mm-hmm. Everyone just dropped off, called it quits, and then now it's every tribute band. Any band that comes on out now there's a tribute band already. So, I mean, which is cool, because if you can't see the original guys, you get the next best thing. And there's a lot of very talented tribute bands out there that really recreate the experience that we've had the honor to share the stage with. And at the same time, just also be, a fan, just going to see them do their thing again.
It's funny.
There are...
Go ahead, Will. No, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
What's funny?
I'm just saying there are a bunch of original bands, and I'm enjoying every second of all of them. We just played a show at the Forge, last Saturday.
Yeah.
Just fantastic. It was great to see that kind of it reminded me of how it used to be, but you can only do so much.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool to see those original bands still hitting it strong, and it was very cool for us to connect with them and build that camaraderie and keeping it going. And we'll continue to do shows together with all those bands. I mean, we stick together and we put on the show for anyone who wants to rock the hell out to original music.
Yeah, about a month ago, we interviewed a band from Chicago named Agnescent. And then next week, we'll have Dark Sun on the show. So
nice.
There you go.
We're covering the Chicagoland.
Yeah, why not?
Exactly. A lot of great bands. But what I wanted to say, last hour, you mentioned that if anybody knew anybody who had like the laser record player, and I was gonna make a cover band joke, and I was gonna say, just ask your cover band friends. They got the money.
That's true. That's true. They do make the money. They're getting flaming yawns, and we're still, slicing Wonder Bread.
They still make Wonder Bread? Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Spam too.
I got graham crackers and ham.
So speaking of the Chicago scene, you guys were in separate bands before you met, and I saw this on another interview and actually read it on your website. Talk about how you guys met. That's pretty cool.
So I'm an audio engineer outside of jamming with these guys, and I had a studio right outside by O'Hare Airport. And William was just working on some vocals for a project, where a guy was hiring him to do some vocals. And around then, our singer was going through some difficult times at home. And it got to a point where he just needed to take care of that. And, obviously we understood. It's like, dude, you're a bro. Go do what you got to do. We're going to keep moving forward. And at that time, I guess the one way to put it, I mean, I imagine you're a Marvel fan for Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
If you think of, Avengers Endgame and Doctor Strange is like there's 1 million different scenarios that can take place, but only one is going to pan out the way you want it to. And my brother and I must have sat for hours, like drinking coffee, going like, okay, what are we going to do? We're going to have to find a new singer. Maybe we can talk to Will. He's either going to say yes or no. And what are we going to do from there? And we asked him, and he was like, yeah, I'm in. And then we just started getting to writing. And that was it. No questions asked outside of there. We just started throwing all our ideas together and building what this self-titled album, outside of the pandemic holding us up a little bit from being able to track it. But yeah, that's kind of the shorter story of it. Which we are very thankful he wanted to work with us.
I don't know if you ever heard of the band called The Haunted.
I don't think so.
From Sweden.
Okay.
They the singer of the band, Peter Dalving, he he was in the band for their first album, and then like 10 years passed, and he didn't do anything that I know of besides stuff that he did on his own. But he didn't do anything with another band. And then they came back and picked him back up, and then they put out a album called Revolver, The Haunted Revolver. Blew my mind out of my ass. It was so fantastic. And it was just like, wow. And I'm like, I didn't have a band for 10 plus years, like besides tributes or whatever the hell I was doing. And yeah. And then these guys came up, and I'm like, I've been ready for 10 plus years, dude. I have things to say. So, we started
Yeah,
writing immediately. It was nice.
yeah, and it just flowed on out. I mean, we have a blast working together and writing. I mean, the hardest thing is to contain all the ideas we have. We can really jump off the deep end and really lose ourselves in it. And also, Carmine Apiece was executive producer for our album, which was very helpful because he'd be like, "All right, guys, you're getting out of hand. Like, scale it back. You were in left field, and now you're way on the right side." So he would wheel us back
Fucking
in.
around.
Yeah, exactly.
Right on. So if somebody's taking a vacay in Chicago, let's go through a few things where you say, hey, these are definitely places you got to stop. Where's the number one place they need to stop and eat?
Alfaro. Alfaro is on like 63rd in Archer in Summit. Best burrito you will ever have in your life.
Oh,
I don't care what
burrito.
anyone
Okay.
says. Oh my god, it's good. I mean, you can go get a breaded steak sandwich from what's it called, Mikey?
Where?
Breaded steak?
Breaded steak? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'm not going to tell you then.
Uh-oh. It's
But no,
secret.
yeah, Alfaro burrito for sure.
If you're looking for some ribs, there's a couple of places. There's a Smoke Barbecue. It's called Smoke. I think they're featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. And they're in the city off of Pulaski Avenue, line down the block. They usually sell it by noon. Another restaurant in Jefferson Park in Chicago is called Gale Street Inn, known for their ribs. And there's, if you want a killer burger, it's in Des Plaines, Illinois, which is not too far from where our studio is located, and it's called Paradise Pumps. That was also featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. And best burgers on the grill. The patties are delivered fresh from the day, and when they sell out, they sell out. But there's lines down the block trying to get them. Merck's cheddar on the burger, delicious.
So when I'm thinking of ribs, I'm thinking of barbecue, like Texas, Memphis, Kansas City,
Yeah.
somewhere in the Carolinas. So the ribs in Chicago, are they barbecue or are they like dry rub?
They're definitely well, smoked barbecue does the dry rub, and then barbecue on the side if you want. Gale Street Inn is more like your traditional barbecue. The sauce is on the actual ribs, so you can get a little bit of both. It depends. They kind of, and then there's some, they might have like a Louisiana rub too, which is awesome. But everything is on a smoker, which is the
nice.
best. Yeah.
Yeah, they smoke Cheerios. It's weird.
No, huh?
No, I'm just messing with it.
Oh, okay. Because I look, I could believe that because when I was looking up different Chicago foods, I saw Chicago popcorn, and it was caramel corn and cheese corn together.
Yeah.
Well,
And I was like, what?
for Christmas they sell a giant tub. It's like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's just a tub, and it's separated regular popcorn, caramel, and cheese. It's just what
It's
they
funny.
do. It's like for Christmas or something. Like Merry Christmas, here's some popcorn.
And
Like, what?
my brother's into it. He makes his own popcorn, and he'll put on like a ranch powder on it
Yeah.
or a cheddar
My
powder.
wife does the same thing.
Yeah, I'm more the traditional, just salt, a little bit of butter.
Nice. All right. So they've had a great dinner. They want to go catch a rockin' show. Where's the best venue to go catch a rock concert?
That's a tough question.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a lot of cool venues. I could list 3 or 4
Well, there's
right out of the box.
new. Salt Shed's new. So I haven't been to that one, so I can't really say, but I want to go there. What's the one on the north side? Northerly Island. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, are you
That's
talking like
you're right out. You're right on
more
the
like
water.
amphitheaters, or are you talking tighter in where you're more personable with the band?
Yeah,
Any
club.
or?
Let's do a club.
I mean, you
Metro.
got Metro, Forge, Concord, and then that same owner also has
Riviera.
Radius. Yeah, Riviera. Those start around like 1,500 capacity and then go up there to about 5,000.
Nice.
Those are actually the most fun. I mean, they had a loud PA, and I mean, you're feeling everything, which is what I love about going to those venues. The bass drum is like a cannon.
Yeah,
They make sure you feel it.
I saw Mammoth at Mammoth. I just call 'em Mammoth. I don't do the whole thing at the end. It's Mammoth at the Riv. And, oh, sick bastards. They're just so
Yeah.
good. Who doesn't? I just want to go up and hug them. Wolfgang, but I get arrested for that. So
I don't know. Hey, he might be cool with it. I mean,
not as security guards. Not cool with it.
we're gonna have to work out some backstage access here. We got to make this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want
to
just one.
I want to
That's all
see this. I want to see the security guard just pick Will up and
launch
All
me.
right. All right, so they've had a great dinner. They've seen a rockin' show. What part of Chicago should they avoid?
The water at night.
Yes.
There's parts
There's
of the
a lot
west
of
side
Gila
where you don't want to
monsters.
be around.
What?
Gila monsters
No
in the
way.
water. Yeah, at night they'll pull you right in.
That's crazy. Where do they come from?
The water.
Well, I mean, you are going to Chirac, as we call it, so you might want to get a concealed carry in certain areas. That's accurate.
But it's not as
That's
bad
where
as
you want to avoid.
Everyone says it's terrible. It's not that terrible.
Man, I got caught in a bad spot once with my older brother, and this undercover squad pulls on up, and these guys had body armor like Iron Man, and they were leaning back in a seat where you could barely see the corner of their eye peeking above the window. And we flagged them down. We're like, hey, we're lost. And they're like, no, bleep, follow us. They turn on the lights, and they go, don't stop. And we're just flying through every red light behind them so they can get us out of that area. You don't want to be caught there. Nothing but pat-me-downs and heroin houses in those corners.
Yeah, that reminds me of a time. It was before Google Maps, before GPSs. Really, we went to go see Reliant K in Houston, and we got lost deep into Houston. And I stopped at a gas station. I was like, "Dog, I got to go ask somebody." And I asked my friend. I was like, "Come in with me." He's like, "I'm not coming in." So I went in, and there was a line of people, and I'm standing at the back, and the guy, he must have felt something in the force. Like, he knew I didn't belong there. Behind his bulletproof glass, he like looked over and he was like, "You need something, man?" I was like, "I'm trying to get back to Louisiana." So he put me on a toll road and got us back. We were scrounging for change. We spent all of our money at the show.
Nice. Yeah, it's the worst to get caught in the wrong area.
There's always quarters in the car somewhere.
Yeah, we made it. We made it. All right, so the next song we're going to play from you guys is Behind These Eyes. What's this song about?
I'd have to say this song is about being truthful to yourself, being truthful to others, and just shining through and showing people that, there aren't just assholes everywhere, There's people that care. There's people that aren't going to put on a mask and just pretend something and then try to take shit from you. You know what I mean? Like a megalomaniac.
There you go. I thought you froze up there for a second. There you go. It's Behind These Eyes on Indie Rage Radio. All right, very good. Segment 4 is kind of like we're against the clock type thing. And like we're just putting a bow on everything. It's right at the end of the show. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. Sadly, it is the end of the show. It is time to bid Mikey and Will adieu. But before that, guys, we want to know, what does the future hold for the band Chains Over Razors?
We're going to continue rocking on out. Hopefully you'll see us pull through your town, do some shots with you, rock the night on out. We're going to continue to write, and we're not going to stop.
There you go.
If it's okay with you,
I think everybody's good with it. They're hearing the music tonight, guys. Keep up the hard work, man. We appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on the show. Everybody Google Chains Over Razors Band. Follow them on all the social media. Stream their music. Get their merch. Help support this band. Do you guys do physical CDs?
Yeah, we do. You can get it at the shows. You can also order it if you go to just chainsoverrazors.com. We have a merch bucket on there. You can order CDs, dog tags, shirts, however you want. We also have the links on our social media, so you can find it through there.
Right on. All right, so the last song we're going to play tonight is called Broken Home. What's this song about?
Hold on, I got a train. So
it's not a tornado.
It's songs about living in a house where it's very, very bad. Everything's bad, and you just keep living there, and you shouldn't. Or with a person, it's almost like it doesn't have to really be a home. It just could be a person you shouldn't be with. Your friends tell you, your family tells you. Just time to let that thing go.
He is Mikey. He is Will. My name is Mikey O. We are out of here. See you when we see you. All right. Very cool, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
That was awesome.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
Before we leave, I was wondering if you could get a drop for me. If you could say, hey, this is Mikey. Hey, this is Will. And We're Chains Over Razors, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio.
Sure.
However you guys want to work that.
You go first, Mikey.
All right. Are you gonna just tag in with me on it? I'll leave some
No,
space.
we could do that.
Okay. Does that work for you, Mike?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. I'll go right now. This is Mikey V from Chains Over Razors,
And this is Will from Chains Over Razors.
and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio.
Awesome. Guys, appreciate it. Thank you for coming on today. No, we had
Thanks for having us.
scheduled for yesterday, so I appreciate the flexibility.
We're glad that you are
didn't have
safe.
a tornado take you away, you know.
Yeah. I just kept on thinking that movie Twister, and it's like, there's a cow. No, I think that's the same cow.
And I was picturing Return to Oz.
There you go. Before we go, you mentioned Twister. I was watching this comedian one time, and he was like one of those like redneck type comedians, and he was like, "You ever seen the movie Twister?" He was like, I can't remember verbatim, but he was like, that storm was strong enough to pull a 3-penny nail from a board, but it couldn't get that damn top off of Helen Hunt.
That's great. That's good.
Yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Keep up the hard work. You guys are slaying it.
Awesome, man.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much, Mike. I appreciate it.
It's good seeing you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Good luck in the future.
Later, brother.
Yep, we'll talk.
Bye-bye.
Bye.